The U.S. dollar is a little change in trading here to kickstart the day, the FOMC day. The Federal Reserve will announce their interest rate decision at 2 p.m. today. Will Fed's Waller and Bauman dissent? What will Fed Chair Powell talk about in regard to the potential for future rate cuts? That was all at in play today. We also have the Bank of Canada interest rate decision at 9:45 a.m. No changes expected there. The dollar Canada has been moving to the upside, perhaps because Canada will be on that letter list with tariffs. No progress has been announced as far as their trade agreement with the U.S. So we'll see how that all pans out, but the Canadian dollar has been getting weaker, along with the dollar getting stronger. We do have USDJPY for the second quarter, the advanced estimate. Yesterday, the Atlanta Fed moved up to 2.8% from 2.4%. Market analysts are expecting 2.4% growth. In this video, I'll take a look at the technicals that are driving the three major currency pairs to kickstart that day. With the euro versus US dollar, dollar versus yen, sterling versus US dollar. So let's get started. The euro versus US dollar came down to this swing area through here where I just had a number of different swing lows and swing highs. Just, in this very narrow area before the market moved to the upside. We came back down to that level in trading yesterday. We moved a little bit below it and then rallied back into the close and trading here today. We've seen the rotation back to the downside here for the euro versus US dollar, with the price now trading near the lows for the day, but the range has been fairly narrow. Of course, we had a huge move to the downside the start of the trading week, with the trend move to the downside after the announcement of the EU and the U.S. trade deal. Since then, we saw this modest bounce and then move back to the downside. So the sellers remain more in control. We are below the 38.2% retracement. That is of the move up from the May low to the high price that we saw in trading here in the month of July. That 38.2 comes in at 1.15378. And we used that as a barometer yesterday. The market broke above it and then rotated back below it and trading here today. So the sellers are taking back more control. If we get below this low point of this little swing area right through here, which looks like around the 20 level or somewhere around that level, and then we rotate back down toward this other swing area through here where we had a number of different swing lows and highs coming into play, including here. I want to get on the arrow, makes it easier. Here. And some lows through here and highs through here. As you can see how it alternated back and forth between them before it had volatility before moving to the upside. So that area comes between 114.86 and 114.95. That would be the next key target on the downside. Then we start to look toward the 50% retracement, which also happens to correspond with these lows through here, the lows and highs, I should say, through here. So that's going to be another key target on the downside on further stretch lower in the euro versus US dollar. Let's take a look at the dollar versus yen. This currency pair is not following along with the dollar's strength versus the euro. In trading yesterday, we saw the price extend back to the upside into this swing area right through here, and we did do a pretty good job of holding resistance right near the high of that swing area near 148.73. It looks like 56 to 73 is that area. Now we started to rotate down in trading here today. We saw the price move back below this swing high right here, which is the June high, and we've been trading above and below it. We moved below it here and tried to hold the resistance here and here against that level, and then moved above it and used that level as support here. So it's been a fairly decent barometer at the 148.019 level. Let's call it 148. But as you can see, we rotated below that level, fell short of the 100-bar moving average on the 4-hour chart, and has since moved back above it. We're currently trading 148.29. So the sellers pushed off against that the move to the downside, and had buyers return back into play right here above the 148.01 level. So watch that level now as a support. With the euro moving lower, the dollar versus yen is now trying to move back to the upside after moving lower earlier today. On the top side, we do have this swing area between 148.56 and 148.73 to contend with. On the top side, if we get above that level, then we'll look toward the high price that we saw a few weeks ago, and then the 200-day moving average. It's a blue green line in this chart here at 149.529. on the downside. Again, we break below the 148.019 level, get below the 148 level, and look toward the 100-bar moving average on the 4-hour chart at 147.51. Finally, let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar. We'll look at the 4-hour chart as well. And in trading on Monday and yesterday, we traded mostly below this swing area floor here. This floor area was defined by different lows going back through time through here, and you can see how the market fell below that level. But in trading here today, we're trying to break back above that level. Currently trading just below it at 133.616 after moving up to a high price that extended up to about the 133.85-ish type area on the top side above the 75 level. So did get above that, or 78 level. That's a high of the swing area through here. So it did get above that level, also above the 38.2% retracement, 133.75. We're going to need to get above both those levels again to increase the bullish bias. We'll call the try a failure right now, but with the dollar moving up, with the euro moving lower and the dollar yen moving higher, that failure may lead to more selling pressure. Again, the low of the swing area comes in at 133.606. We're currently trading at 133.62, just above that level. Move below it with the momentum. We could see further selling pressure with the test of the low price from yesterday and the 50% retracement of the next key targets. So there you have it. We do Fed Day, Bank of Canada Day, GDP Day. We'll see how the market digests all that. Oh, by the way, we do have Microsoft and Meta announcing their earnings after the close. Tomorrow we get Apple and Amazon after the close. So 4 of the big 7 will report their earnings in the next 2 days. My name is Greg Michalowski. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.